Welcome to Unique in the Creek, and thanks for joining me. My name is Judy, and I am a designer on Team Unique. Today I'm creating a kit number 183. If you are new to Unique in the Creek, the kits are a wonderful introduction as they include everything that you will need to create a beautiful wreath. So let's get started. Kit number 183 is a rail board kit. If you're unfamiliar with what a rail board is, this is a Unique in the Creek rail board. You can put a vinyl on these rail boards, and Unique in the Creek have hundreds of designs for vinyls. They are sized specifically and made for the Unique in the Creek rail board. Okay, so if you get a vinyl from Unique in the Creek, you don't have to worry about it not fitting because they fit perfectly. Today, however, we are going to show you how to do a kit or a wreath, pardon me, a rail wreath using a sign. In order to create this wreath today, I had to glue the sign on a couple days ago so I could let it set. But I will explain to you how I did that, okay? The rail board, like I said, is meant for a vinyl or a sign. The sign that I have today is a bit different than a flat sign, okay? A flat sign, for instance, would go like this. You want to make sure that the sign or whatever you're putting on does not hinder this top row of holes for the Unique in the Creek rail board, okay? You don't want it to cover like that. You want it to just be on the edge, and it covers this corner as well. So you want to set it just like that, okay? So that's how you would glue on a sign. And in order to glue the sign, if you go on the back, you can see that the sign is bigger than the rail board. So if you are using a sign bigger than the rail, do not put glue on your sign, okay? Put glue on the rail board itself. And then plop your sign on top and maneuver it if you need to, okay? Because you don't want to put glue on the outside of the sign because you don't need that glue, okay? So that's how you glue it on. And if you do glue on a sign, it's best to let it sit with something heavy on top so it sets. Now this is kit 183, and this is the sign that comes with it. It's a welcome snowman sign. It's adorable. Okay, I've already glued it. Like I said, the first thing I did was put on my pipe cleaner, which you will get in your kit. I just made a hanger so I wouldn't forget. And then when I glued that sign on, it would already be there and I don't have to worry about it. I just put this zip tie on it because it's easier for me to see the top, just to make sure that I had it centered. Okay, this sign, if you can tell, it's not flush to the board. Okay, if you can see that, it's not flush to the board. It's like a dinner plate. You know, on a dinner plate, you have the inside part that sits directly on your table when you're eating, but the sides kind of come up. Okay, so for this sign, again, do not glue your sign. Glue the rail, put glue on the rail board itself, and then put the sign on top. So with this sign, there is a little circle on the middle of this sign. I can't show you, unfortunately, because I've glued it, but it's a little circle that's on the center. There's a little groove. Put your E6000, which comes in the kit, on that center, and then put your sign on. This top hole is the exact center. Okay, so if you follow that down, it should be centered. Okay, here's hoping. It looks good to me. All right, so that's the two main things that you're going to get in this kit. Obviously the rail board and then the welcome snowman sign, and it's super cute. So what else do you get in the kit? You get one 6-inch roll of red tulle. Okay, really pretty tulle. It's going to be less full than mesh, but it's beautiful because it adds just a little color and it helps support your ribbon. Okay. The second thing you're going to get, well, not the second thing, but one of the next things you're going to get is you're going to get a black and white snowflake ribbon. Let me open this up. Black and white checked with snowflakes, glitter snowflakes actually. Look how pretty that is. Okay, nice wire, glitter snowflake, black and white. Then you're going to get a red and white striped royal ribbon. Okay, this is so versatile. You're not going to use a lot of these ribbon in a rail board, so you're going to have lots of beautiful ribbons to use in other projects. Okay, so that's the second ribbon. The third ribbon, oh, and I apologize, those are both 1.5 inch ribbons. This one, however, is a 7/8 inch ribbon. Okay, it's a beautiful light blue. Okay, 7/8. I love 7/8 because we're going to make a loopy bow with that 7/8. Okay, I think we're going to use the 1.5 for tails, and then this as a loopy bow, I think. Okay, but you can do however you like. All right. Then you get one glitter snowflake pick. Okay, comes like this. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 9 snowflakes. So we're either going to cut the picks off or we're going to use individual snowflakes. I think I might just cut off individual ones and see how that goes. Okay, but we have 9 snowflakes here. Okay, perfect. And then you obviously get your tube of E6000. You're going to open up this tube. You're going to dab the back of your sign in that little center. Okay, you're not going to glue this part. Okay, or you can put E6000 just on the center of the rail. Do not do the whole rail because it won't touch. It doesn't touch the whole board, right? My finger can run along there, so you don't want glue there. All right, so this is your tube of E6000. If you have any leftover, I use E6000 when I do my cable mounts or anything like that, wooden signs and a little bit of hot glue. I use E6000 all the time. It works great. Then, of course, you're going to get 1 pack of 100 gray zip ties, Unique in the Creek zip ties. They match perfectly with the board. They're 6-inch, 18-pound tensile zip ties, okay? They're great. And then the last thing you're going to get is another little bag, and this is so adorable. You get the pipe cleaners, okay? So you can use it for your bow or your hanger or whatever you need. You get a card. If you scan this code, it takes you right on over to the YouTube channel so you can see all the videos. If you need a replay, it comes with 2 cable mounts. If you wanted, you could have cable mounted. No, I apologize. You couldn't have cable mounted this, but you could put a cable mount on the back to hang it. Pardon me. But I used a pipe cleaner just in the holes of the rail board itself. And then Lori thinks of everything when she packs for kits. Some people have never done a wreath. That's why we do these videos, so you can see how easy it is, even for a beginner. And Lori includes one of these sticky, they're slightly tacky measuring tapes. I've already got one on my board. So if you don't have a cutting mat, you can put this on your workspace or your table, and you can measure out your ribbons or your mesh or whatever you need, and it comes in really handy, okay? So I don't need that because I've already got one. Plus I have a cutting mat, but it is a very handy tool to have. And Lori thinks of everything. Really, the only thing you're going to need are scissors. Do the tools help? Absolutely. If you find that you're going to be wreathing frequently, I do suggest or recommend that you get a rotary tool, rotary cutter, and a cutting mat. Okay. And needle nose pliers also come in handy, and a good pair of scissors. All right. So that's what you get in the kit. I'm just going to pack up a few of these things because I don't necessarily need them at the moment. I already have a pack of zip ties open, so I'm not going to open those at the moment. And I've already E6000 my sign, so we can get rid of that. Okay, so again, we have red tulle. Again, I have one already opened from a past project, so I am going to use this before I start that one. We're going to cut ribbon tails, and we're going to cut them at 12 inches. 12 inches, my friends. Okay, so 12-inch tails. I think I'm going to do the red and the black, and we're going to alternate. I'm going to do, let's see. I'm going to do tulle on 3 sets of holes here. Okay, and how I'm going to do that, let's load that first, and then we'll cut the tails. I'm going to go from the outside to the outside of the board. That's one. I'm going to go from here, hole 1 to 1.5, and from the top hole to 1.5 for 3 sets of zip ties, like that. Okay, so you're going to have 3 sets of zip ties on the back of the board, like that, on the 2 rows from the left and 2 rows from the right. Okay, so let's do that again. You're going to go from row 1 to the outside of the board, zip it up. You're going to go from row 2 to row 1, zip it up. And then row 3, sorry, I have to just tip this up a little bit, to row 2 and zip it up. And you're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. On a rail board, what we do on one side, we're going to do on the other side, okay? So the exact same thing. We're going to do the ribbons the same and the tulle. The ribbons I am going to cut at 12 inches. And the tulle I'm also going to cut at 12 inches times 3. And I'll show you what that means, okay? Because tulle is very light and airy. The tulle is just really to add a bit of color, but also to hold up the ribbons, okay, and cover the board. Because obviously, if you don't have mesh or tulle or something on the board, you're going to see the board. So we need something to hide the board, but we also want something that's, you know, not as big and poofy as say a piece of mesh would be. Okay, so that's how you that's how you load the board. Okay, 3 sets of zip ties on the 2 rows. Okay, the middle row, we're not going to do anything at the moment. We're just going to concentrate on these 2 rows. So in order to do the rail board, okay, if you don't have a measure buddy, I do strongly suggest, if you're looking for a good tool, this is available at uniqueinthecreek.com as well. It's a measuring tool. Goes to 14 inches all the way to 20 inches, okay? You can do increments. So for instance, today, I need 12-inch tails and 12-inch tool. This is a really handy tool to have if you don't have a measure buddy. You can cut your ribbons, okay? We're going to cut at 12 inches. Okay, so this is a 24 yard. I'm going to cut it the 12-inch right there. Okay, then you're going to dovetail your ribbons. You fold one edge to the other. You cut from the folded edge to the top. And that's how you get a nice, pretty dovetail. Okay, so again, if you don't have a measuring tool, you just take your measuring tape that is in your kit, you lay it on your table, and don't worry, it's not sticky enough to ruin any surface. It peels right off, no problem, okay? And then just cut your, oops, sorry, got stuck there. Just cut your ribbon tail, okay? Take it in half, fold edge to edge, cut from the folded edge up, and there's your dovetail, okay? I haven't quite decided how many I'm going to need of each, so I'm going to do 3 of each for the moment, okay? So 3 of each. I'm sure we'll need more, but again, I'm not sure on the bow, and I'm not sure on how many tails I'm going to use. Okay, so that's how you cut it without a measure buddy. But if you have a measuring tool, this is 12 inches, okay? I'm going to take my ribbon. I need 3 of these for the time being. You're going to put the edge right at the top. You're going to take your ribbon, and you're just going to fold it as many times as you need. I need 3, so that's 1, 2, 3, okay? Then you're going to cut right at the end. You're going to take it off the measure buddy. Cut your ribbons. And you can take your edges. Make sure you line them up properly, okay? You don't want to cut your dovetails if one ribbon isn't lined up properly, because then they won't match. Take your folded edges. Take from the folded side up. Cut your dovetail and do the exact same thing on the other end, okay? Okay, so that's the tails that we're going to cut for the time being. Again, I'm not sure. I'm sure I'm going to be cutting more tails, but right now we only need those 3. Now, the tool, the base of our wreath. Do you see how fine tool is? Like it's like air, okay? We're going to use this as a base to put our tails in. I'm going to take that same measure buddy, and if you don't, again, have the measure buddy, you can take your your measuring tape. You can do this. We're going to do 12 inches by 4. So you could go like this, and then you can take your end and go to the 24. Okay, you can cut it off here. So now you have 2 pieces of 24. We don't want that. We want 12 inches. So you're going to take that, you're going to put that in half. Okay, and then you're going to fold this in half. And that's going to be the tool. Okay, so you can do it that way, or I'm going to show you how to do it on a measure buddy. And then you can just clip it until you're ready. Or if you have elastic bands, those also work great. Okay, we're going to do 4 times of the tool. So you're going to take the tool, take your measure buddy, put it at the end, and wrap it 1, 2, 3, and 4. Cut it off. Fold it in half. Okay, and clip it, or rubber band it, whichever you have. And we're going to do that 1, 2, 3, 6, 12 times. Okay, I know that sounds like a lot, but you'll see how pretty it is once we get it done. 1, 2, 3. Oops, sorry, lost my thumb. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Fold it in half. Get your middle. Clip it. Rail kits or rail board, 1, 2, 3, 4, are really great for, say, you had a smaller space, a smaller door, you lived in an apartment, a senior's resident, anything like that, that perhaps you don't want a huge wreath, but you want some decoration, right? Everyone wants a pretty decoration for their home. And rail boards do that. They give you a beautiful wreath, quick to make. And sorry, 1, 2, 3. And an inexpensive, beautiful home decor, okay? And they make great little gifts. If you're going, say, for Christmas dinner, you want to take a gift, or a housewarming, or anything like that, rail boards make great gifts. Oops, 1, 2, 3. I'm having trouble with that, holding my thumb there for some reason. Okay, let's see, how many do we need here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 3 more for the time being. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I only need 1 more. If not, we'll do another one later if need be. But you see, it's very fast to make these little tool bundles. And it looks like nothing on a single layer, but when you put them together, it adds a beautiful color. Okay, so let's bring our rail board back. This is little snowman. Welcome, snowman. He's just adorable. What we are going to do is we are going to take our ribbon tails that we cut, again at 12 inches, okay, 12-inch tails, and we're going to alternate. I'm going to put 1 on each side there. Sorry, you know what? I was thinking I only needed 6, but I need 12. Okay, so we will cut more. But this is what I was thinking. Okay, like that. We're going to do outside, inside, outside, and then we're going to do opposites. Okay, we need more ribbon tails. So let's get that done. I'm not sure what I was thinking. That's okay. It won't take long. Again, you can use your measuring mat, your tape measure, or your measure buddy. 1, 2, 3. But I do encourage you, if you plan on wreathing, this measure buddy is your friend. I mean, it comes in handy for so many things. It's a great invention. It's very sturdy. I've had that same measure buddy since I really started wreathing several years ago. So it's a great tool. It's a great tool to have. And you can get that tool at uniqueinthecreek.com. Okay. So that's the other set of 3. This is going to be so cute. And who doesn't like a cute snowman to adorn your door, right? I mean, everyone likes snowman. And this one's super cute. Kind of just peek. He's going to be just kind of peeking out over that rail. Sorry, I'm having trouble with my fingers today. There we go. Okay, so there's the other sets of tails. Okay, so let's put this together. So what my idea was I would take a piece of tulle, okay, and then on this row, I'm going to put black on the edges and the red in the middle. So I'm going to do the outside holes first. Okay, so you just flip it up, take your ribbon tails and make a little nub. Stick it in with that tulle. Okay, just like that. And zip up your tail. Your zip tie. Okay? Then we're going to skip the middle hole and we're going to go to the outside hole. And we're going to do the same thing with the black and white. Beautiful glittered snowflake checked ribbon. We're going to take our tulle, put it in, take our ribbon tail, stick it on top, okay, and zip it up. You want to make sure you get that nub in your zip tie as well, okay? And then in the middle, we're going to do a red one. Okay, fold it up. Take a tulle bundle, put it on top, take your ribbon tail, nub, and zip it up. Again, make sure that little nub is in there. Okay, I have a zip tie gun to cut my ribbon tails off. If you do not have a zip tie gun, no worries. If you have a pair of wire nippers, you can cut them off that way. Or if you have an older pair of scissors, not your ribbon scissors, don't use your ribbon scissors, but you could also use a pair of scissors, okay? So that's kind of what I was hoping it will look like. We are going to open up the tools bundles after, which means I'm going to cut those ends, but I'm going to wait until I get them on in order to cut them. Okay, so for the next row, I'm going to do red on the outsides and black on the inside. Okay, so let's get our ribbon tail ready. We're going to take a bundle of tulle. We're going to start on either outside. It really doesn't matter which hole you start at. Just don't do the middle one until the last, okay? Because I want that top ribbon to lay on top of the outside too, if that makes sense. Okay, you're going to angle that down just a little bit, that outer one. I think this is going to be super cute. Okay, tulle bundle. Nub on top. Zip tie that up, nice and tight. Okay. Then you're going to take another bundle with your black and white snowflake ribbon. And we're going to put that right in the middle. Just like that. Get our nub. Don't worry, we will straighten out the ribbons. They won't look all funky like they do now. Okay. Cut off your tails, your zip ties, I mean. And once we get our tulle cut, you will see how pretty that's going to look. And look how full it is. No mesh, but the tulle just, puffs it up. And who doesn't like a little, puffy tulle? And it looks like I need 3 more. I apologize. My math has not been good today, okay? No good math. I need 3 more. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you are new to wreathing, These rail kits are perfect because they're a good beginner wreath. You don't need a lot of materials. And if you go to uniqueinthecreek.com, there are new kits released almost weekly. And this time of year especially. Lori is releasing new kits every Wednesday with new supplies. So if you don't want a rail kit, you want a wreath kit, there are tons coming down the road. If you need to watch replays of any wreath kit being made or any design that you've seen somebody make, Unique in the Creek replays are available on the YouTube channel. They are in playlists of designer or the type of board. So if you liked a design, you knew it was on a ring board, but you don't remember who made it, you go to the ring board playlist. If you saw me make a wreath, you would go to Judy's playlist, and they'll all be there. Lori's made it very easy to find things. And so it's great. It's a great tool, great resource, because the videos are always available 24/7. And of course, they are free on YouTube. So please go check out this and other videos. You'll be inspired. I guarantee it. Okay. So let's get started on this side. I'm going to do actually this side first. I think it's a little bit easier. Okay, so this one I'm going to use the black on the outside and the red in the middle. Okay, these are such pretty ribbons. Oh my goodness. I love the sparkle. I mean, who doesn't like sparkle, especially Christmas time? It is the season for sparkle. Sparkle over everywhere in the house now. Okay, skip the middle one. Go to the other one. Outside other one. Fold your ribbon tails. Okay, take your tool. Stick in your nub. Now you're going to do the red for the middle, just like the other side, okay? Again, we're going to cut the tool open, and you'll see what a difference that makes, because it makes it really fluffy with just a minimal amount of supplies. It's amazing, really. So again, the rail boards are very versatile because, again, you can use vinyls, and Lori has seriously hundreds of vinyls, good quality vinyls that are made specifically for the Unique in the Creek board. So if you don't want to use a sign, you can use a vinyl, get the same effect, and you can use this design to do it, or you can search other rail boards designs on YouTube, okay, under Unique in the Creek YouTube page, which I encourage you to subscribe and follow, because there's always new videos up on there from all the Team Unique designers. So if you have a favorite designer or a favorite board, there is no lack of viewing on YouTube. Okay. Again, looks like a little bit of a hot mess because everything's not in place, but I promise it will. It will look beautiful. Oh, I forgot to cut these. I was thinking, why are those zip ties still there? Well, because I forgot to cut them. Okay, now we're going to open up those tool pieces. So you're going, like you could have cut them before, I guess, but I find it a little bit easier maybe to cut them after. You're just going to find the middle and you're just going to snip them open. Just like that. Okay. Find the middle, snip them. And it's a little, it's pretty forgiving. I mean, if you accidentally cut one a little bit shorter or something to that effect, I honestly don't think anyone will notice because the tool is really fluffy on its own. And, you know, it goes every which way, and I think it looks fine myself. I'm not too worried about it. You can go back in and give it a haircut if you think one piece is too long. Obviously, you can go back and shorten it. No worries at all. But do you see how much fuller that how much fuller that looks now by just cutting open that tool? Obviously, the ribbon tails are a hot mess. Okay, so you spread out your ribbon tails. So they're nice and pretty. Come back on the other side, open up your tool. Actually, you might find it easier to cut it after you make your bundles. You might find it easier to cut your tool. I think you probably would not miss a piece, whereas doing it my way, I probably have missed a piece. But again, that's okay. I can go back and do it. Again, we're going to put snowflakes in these as well. So we can either zip tie them back in. You do get a pack of 100 zip ties. So you're going to have plenty of zip ties. Or you can glue them in, whichever you prefer. Okay. So that's what we got so far. Now, what are we going to do with the middle? Well, we're going to put tulle in there, and then we're going to put a bow. Now, you want this tulle, you want it kind of away from his face, right? You don't want it like covering his cute little face. So you want to make sure your tails and your tulle are kind of angled to the side a little bit like that. We'll be able to fix that. Okay, but for the tulle, for the middle, I think I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do 12-inch pieces of tulle. I'll wrap it 4 times. I'm going to see if that looks okay. Okay, but instead of folding it in half, well, we are still folding it in half. Pardon me. We're still going to fold it in half. But instead of doing the nub on the end, we're going to put the zip tie in the middle. We're going to set it right like that. I'm going to try that. I might have to be a little bit longer than 12 inches, but let's see what we have here. Let's see if that will work. Yeah, I might need 14 inches. Let's see how that opens up here. Well, it might be okay because I'm going to put a bow, right? I mean, again, we just need it for a base for our bow. So that might actually be okay. Let's see. No, I'm going to change it to 14 inches, okay? Now, this is how you change your mind. You literally cut off that zip tie. It's that easy. No foul. Now I changed my measure buddy to 14 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to fold it in half. And I'm going to cut my tails first before I lay it down. Going to take another zip tie. I'm just going to pull it up from the bottom. And I'm going to put it right in the middle. Zip it up. Yeah, I think 14 inches is better because it covered those nubs better. Okay, so we're going to do another one. 14 inches, 4 times around. Oh, I think I lost an end. That's okay. This one's a bit too long. Let's cut that off. Let's get a zip tie in there. Gonna cut this off. This off. And put it right down the board. Zip it up. So it's like a little, you know, I don't know, little fluffy base. I also forgot to mention something about the zip ties. If you are new to wreath making, you may not know how to work these zip ties. There is a proper side. Just remember the flat side of the zip tie goes up to the sky, okay? So this little flat part needs to be up, so when you put that in there, it'll zip up. If you did it backwards, it goes in, but it doesn't lock, you see? You need it to go zip tie up and hear that clicking sound. And then it's locked, okay? I apologize. I forgot to mention it at the very beginning for those of you that are perhaps new to wreath making. Okay, that might look okay. I think I might do one more on the bottom just to hide the board. Looks like a little tutu skirt. Okay, perfect, because that now hides the outside of the board as well. Okay, so that's that. Now, for the middle, for the bow and the snowflakes, okay, we have not used this beautiful bow or blue ribbon right here. What I'm thinking of is making a bow. Let's see here. I don't want a really big bow because I don't want to hide his face, like I said. You don't want to hide that cute snowman's face. I'm going to use black on the bottom, and I'm just going to do like an 8-inch tail. Yeah, I think 8 inches. No, I'll do a 10-inch tail. I'd rather have it a little bit long and I can adjust the length as I go than have too short, okay? But I'm only going to make 5-inch loop. I'm only going to do a 5-inch loop, okay? 1 loop on each side. And I'm going to bring the tails down, same length. I'm going to do the red Same thing, but I'm going to do a little bit smaller, maybe 4.5, one on each side. If you do not have a bow maker, Unique in the Creek does sell the Easy Bow Stow and Go, which is the same company as this, but it's just a smaller version. It's really handy. It's perfect for travel. Again, if you're new to wreath making, that is one thing that is a good investment, is bow maker. I have weekends, so I can't make bows by hand, but some people are very talented and can make bows by hand. If you're one of them, I envy you. But if you don't, or you can't, then absolutely, a bow maker is also a very handy tool. Now this pretty blue, I'm going to do 4 loops of 4 inch, roughly 4 inches, maybe a little bit longer. Okay. You're going to have lots of ribbon left. So if you make something or a bow, or you need more tails, or you don't like it, you can always make another bow because you're going to have lots of ribbon. Okay, and then cut that down. Okay. Now, I am going to use a zip tie, and then I will probably zip tie it onto the board as well. We'll see. But I pull up my stack of ribbons, keep it really nice and tight. With one hand, I'm going to try to hold that ribbon and pull that zip tie to the back, still squeezing that bow, okay? And tighten that bow really tight. Cut that zip tie off. Pull the tails to the front. I'm probably going to cut those tails, but again, I'd rather have them too long than not long enough. Adjust your tail loops. Okay. Go through. Fluff up your tails. I mean your loops, okay? Don't do flat loops. Don't just, keep them flat. You need to put your hand in there and show the loops who's boss, okay? Pull those loops up so they're perky, they look pretty. That's your bow, okay? Now, should I use a pipe cleaner or a zip tie? Lori did give us 3 pipe cleaners to go in the middle, or to use on this rail board, and I do think I'm going to use a pipe cleaner. So you take your pipe cleaner. After I do the zip ties because my hands are weak, okay? And I can't get a bow tight enough with just a pipe cleaner. But then I go around that zip tie with a pipe cleaner and I attach that to the board. Or if you want, you could also use another zip tie, whichever you prefer. Okay? And then I'm going to put this bow. Now, I don't want to hide his face, remember? I'm going to try it on the middle and then the bottom. Let's see if that will cover his face at all. I don't think it will. And then we'll have those adorable snowflakes still to add. Okay, show those loops who's boss, my friends. Run your scissor fingers through your tails to give them a little bit of life. Okay, we will dovetail those. Okay, that's what we have so far. I am going to dovetail those. 7/8 ribbon, I usually don't dovetail. I just slant them a little bit. We'll see how it goes. I may end up shortening these even more, which is why I don't mind adding a couple inches to my tails, because sometimes you just don't know what it's going to look like until it's on your project. Oh, I think that'll look cute. Okay, so far so good. Now we have snowflakes, cute little snowflakes. Comes in a set of 9. Okay, there's 9 snowflakes on this pick. Easy to come off, just like that. Okay, so I don't think I want I think I'm just going to cut them off one at a time, but I'm going to cut them so each one has a little bit of a stem. Okay, so for instance, like that. So you see where I'm cutting? You cut right at the base of the next snowflake. And that way it'll give you a stem on each snowflake. Okay? And they're bendable. So if they're bending this way, you can bend it this way. I put 3. One in the middle, 2 on the edges. I'm just kind of talking to myself to see how that will look. In the middle, 2 on the edges. I just think they look cute if they're just kind of peeking out. I, of course, want one in my bow. Maybe right at the top of my bow. I've got 2 left, so I could put 1 here and say 1 here. I forgot to cut a piece of tulle here. No worries. You just go back in, cut it up. There, I think that'll look cute, I think. I'm not sure about this one, though. Maybe I'll put him right in the middle, so he's actually right sitting in the bow, like that. I might just cut this one off and put it right in the center of that bow. So it kind of looks like that. Kind of like that. Okay, let's see if my glue gun's warm yet. Not quite. Sorry about that. I apologize. Let's go around and just kind of make sure our tails are all pretty. And again, you have lots of ribbon. So if you wanted to do different combinations of ribbon, if you wanted to add more of this blue down here, you certainly could do that. Again, just make sure you don't cover his face, okay? You want to make sure that his face is covered there. Okay, let's see how that glue gun's doing. Oh yeah, I think the glue is okay. So what I'm going to do is glue will stick to this tulle and ribbon quite nicely. So I'm just going to find a piece in the center, put some hot glue on that stick that I left, Okay, and I'm just going to stick it right in there, right between the two sets of tails that we had going. Okay, and then on the other two, I'm going to put on the outside. Right underneath the tool. You just kind of want it peeking through. Oh, I have a piece of tool here I didn't cut. Hold, please. Hold, please. Yeah, you may find those on occasion, but no big deal. You just cut them up. Put that snowflake in there. Just kind of peeking out. Okay. Bend that one a little bit. Super cute snowflakes, right? Look how cute that is. Do exact same thing on the other side. Remember, what you do on one side, you're going to do on the other. And again, if you like this kit or are curious as to other kits, new releases come out every week at uniqueinthecreek.com. If you're unfamiliar with the shop, that's where you go to find Lori's beautiful kits. She has supplies for anything. If you want to make a wreath, it's a one-stop shop. Okay, she has accessories and signs and vinyls and ribbons, beautiful ribbons. And of course, all the Unique in the Creek boards, which are manufactured in North America and are all made out of 100% recycled plastic. When you buy directly from Unique in the Creek or anywhere, when you buy their boards, you are supporting a wonderful small business, family owned and operated. You couldn't know nicer people. They're awesome people. And if you want to see more videos, again, uniqueinthecreek.com is the place to go. If you do some shopping at uniqueinthecreek.com, I do have an affiliate link. If you would consider using that, I would appreciate it. It helps me tremendously. It is listed in the description box. If you are interested. If not, no worries. Still go shopping. Still go shopping, okay, my friends? It's a great store. It's reasonably priced. Like Lori's prices are by far the best I've seen anyway. And her kits, again, all you need is a pair of scissors. Okay? Everyone has a pair of scissors. And you can make a beautiful kit. I've got to glue this one in still. I'm going to put it right in that bow, right in the center. Again, if you wanted more blue, you could add more blue. I'm going to shift you up. I'm going to hang this up so we can see what it looks like. I know it's hard to see, my friends. I apologize. I will bring it closer for you to see, but that's the rail board kit number 183. Give these ribbon tails a little zhuzh by curling them up like that. But that's what it would look like on a standard door. This is a standard door size. Okay, and this is what it looks like up close. The cute sign, that ribbon, bow, and the tails. Nice and neat on the back. Oh, I have to fix this. I have to just tuck these back into the holes. In fact, let's just do that right now. I'm going to cut that off and tuck it right back into the board. So it's nice and neat on the back. Okay, so that's what it looks like now on the back. I can cut this zip tie off. I only had it there to help me out there for a bit. I have my hanger, my signs on. I might have to re-fluff my loops. That's an easy peasy job. Just put your fingers in there. Okay. Kit number 183. Okay. If you want to watch the replay, if you want to see, you can pause and play so you can follow along if you get this kit. YouTube will have it on replay for free anytime you want to watch it, okay? 24/7, right? So you can find this and all boards, all designs, all Facebook Lives, anything we've done, it's on YouTube. That is your best resource. Okay, everything is free on YouTube. If you like any kit, sorry for the glare. Okay, and this rail board is super cute. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that video. I will be back in 2 weeks' time on Unique in the Creek Facebook and YouTube pages. If you have any questions, you can certainly send me a DM. I don't have a problem with that. Please check out uniqueinthecreek.com. Shop is full of supplies and obviously the wreath boards. If you've never tried the wreath board, once you do, you'll never go back to wireframes. The wreath boards are amazing. The kits are amazing and all the supplies. And if you could help me with my affiliate link, it's tremendously appreciated. Like and subscribe the YouTube channel, please. And so you don't miss out on any other videos. Okay, thanks again for watching. And until next time, happy wreathing. Bye for now.